What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. It's your boy Riggs, aka your girl's favorite comedian. I'm here with another episode of some random shit. But you know, it's not random either. It's all facts, dude. What I speak. Yo, I had some people I ran into some people at an AA meeting the other day, and they love my channel, right? And thank you guys. Much love to my subscribers and everyone that's in the comments, you know, and being supportive. Thank you. You know, I know you know, the real ones appreciate authenticity, and I appreciate you guys. And a big to anyone who talks shit, man, you can say that shit to my face. I doubt you will. But yo, I was at an AA meeting, and there were some people there that love my channel, and dude, I got I feel old, bro. This kid, he, you know, not minor. He's 21. He called me an OG, dude, and that shit just made my self-esteem go. Psh. I was like, damn, that's crazy. I'm 37 years old. I guess I'm really a double OG, right? Because if you've put in work and shit, you're really nowadays an OG by 21. Anyway, they wanted me to. Their older siblings used to buy ecstasy off me, right? And and they wanted me to talk about, you know, Electric Daisy Carnival and Coachella and Monster Massive, Together as One, all the big raves that I would frequent and sell Fizz. Shouts to Mac Dre, man. Sell Fizz at the raves. So I'm gonna do that. Yo, I low-key kind of got my heart broken, right, by this chick in the program. You know, I have outside issues too. I don't just do AA. And I don't say AA because I'm an alcoholic. I am an alcoholic. That's my least favorite drug. If you're an alcoholic, you're an addict. If you're an addict, you're an alcoholic. But alcohol being my least favorite drug, because alcohol is a drug. When I'm incarcerated, even if I'm in a detox or rehab center and they have hand sanitizer in the pump, you fill that shit up in a bottle and add a pinch of salt, it liquefies it, you drink that shit. I will drink it till I have alcohol poisoning. So I qualify as an alcoholic. I prefer AA because I like my dope raw and uncut. And Alcoholics Anonymous is the original format. NA's cool. Didn't really relate, you know. I relate with all the drug use, but you know, I want to experience the full transformation from being a gutter fucking junkie shooting puddle water to a rich business owner, you know what I mean? And anyway, so I'm in an outside program called SLA, Sex and Love Anonymous, too, because women are my kryptonite, man. And I'll meet a woman, and in 5 seconds I've already pictured our life together, married, and our children's names, and the white picket fence, and all that shit. And I am batshit crazy. That is delusion, you know what I'm saying? So I met this girl. I'm not gonna say her name. She probably watches this. She's blonde, green eyes, super hot. And, you know, I just found out, this is why I'm heartbroken, man, because I was gonna be yo, you know, you have HIV, me too, don't trip, you know, you just gotta find someone with HIV you can smash, you know what I mean? It's good, girl. No, I don't have HIV, okay? Surprisingly, because my dick has been in places that they shouldn't, and in extremely sticky situations, as well as I've had 7 different blood types in my blood. I've shared needles with bums on park benches in the county jail. grimy shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's miraculous that I do not have hepatitis C or B or A, or HIV. You know, I've got chlamydia, not currently, but I've received or contracted chlamydia, gonorrhea, and you know, a few other things. Anyway, that's besides the point. This girl I really liked, I thought she was gorgeous, and like, I met her cousin, because her cousin is also in the rooms, aka the 12-step meetings, right? I just got word, and it totally makes sense, because I've put little bits and pieces that I've seen together. Basically, the girl I like is fucking her cousin. Her and her cousin have sex on some incest shit. I don't know if that's like some South Florida shit or what. I'm sure there's incest everywhere, but it's just like, oh my God, like, you're so beautiful and your cousin is such a square and not attractive at all. Like, and you guys are fucking, like, no wonder you're relapsing over that, you know? I don't know. Anyway, when I was 17 years old, it started when I was 17 years old. I used to sell a lot of ecstasy, man. Like, my parents and people were like, get a fucking job, you know? And I'm like, yo, I'm trying. And like, no, I would get a job, I'd get hired, I'd get fired on the same day. Hired and fired on the same day. That was like my pattern. So I was always a dope boy, dude. I would trap. And, you know, I went to a school that was predominantly whites and Asians. And right next to Highland Park, which is northeast Los Angeles, predominantly Mexican, Hispanic, Southsider, Sereno neighborhood, right? You got Highland Park 13 and you got Avenues, right? And I met a plug from Avenues, so I was super plugged in the coke, the meth, right? And being that I was at a predominantly Asian school, this was like 2003, so ecstasy was running rampant, man. Like, you know, they would harvest the sassafras oil from the bark in trees in Cambodia and other places in Asia, and they would ship it to the States, and the ecstasy would get made in the States, right? So like their families, like their aunts and uncles and grandparents and shit in Cambodia and whatever, like, you know, sent the shit over. So, you know, like this Asian dude saw that I could hustle weed, and like I was in with every group, like the punk rockers, the hip hop heads, the hippies, the jocks. The jocks didn't like me so much because I would smash the prom queen, and like they would jump me after school, whatever. And like, you know, fast forward later, they're buying their shit from me, right? And so the Asians saw how I could trap weed very well, and they're like, yo, I got ecstasy. I was like, oh shit, I've never tried that shit, dude. Like, right? And he fronted me a pill just to try, right? And I will never forget this. I got 3 of them. One for my friend Cody, one for my friend Paul, and they were blue cherries, right? They were blue with the 2 cherries, you know, that like chicks that like were, you know, young adults in the 90s would get tattooed on their fucking lower back, a tramp stamp and shit. Those 2 cherries on a blue pill. And dude, like Cody, he still is a very good friend of mine. He was a childhood actor. He was in like Not Another Teen Movie. He was in Bring It On. He was Kirsten Dunst's little brother in Bring It On. He was the desperate version in Not Another Teen Movie. He was in Thomas and the Magic Railroad, like a bunch of shit. So like, bro always had money. He always had the hot girls around. And like, you know, Cody got sober at 18 and he has like 21 years sober now or something like that, right? So we took ecstasy, and our friend Paul had never, and it was my first time too, but Paul, like I could always handle my drugs. Like at 15 years old in high school, I managed to, you know, my moniker that was given to me was Crackhead Steve, you know what I mean? And I ran with that, and like, it's crazy how the fools clown on me for being a crackhead, and they're all homeless, smoking crack, like toothless in Venice Beach, like with no shoes on, like fucking. It's sad, man. It's sad. So Paul could not handle his drugs. And we were in this park, and the ecstasy's kicking in. And Paul is like, just like, you know, like rolling. I got like fucking, felt like flashbacks real quick, dude. Paul's like, oh man, like this feels so good. And like, you know, Paul stripped off his clothes and he was butt naked, dude. And he's running through the park going, I'm a revolutionary. You know, Cody and I chased this fool down and like tried to, he's sweaty and we're crying like, Paul, come back. You know, like, and you know those like squishy things we'd play with as kids, like that you could never get a grip on. You'd squeeze it and it would like pop out your hand and pop out your hand, right? Paul is covered in sweat. We're like, Paul, come back. He's like, I'm a revolutionary. We're trying to grab him and he just kept slipping out, dude. We couldn't get a grip on him because he's so sweaty from the ecstasy, right? And I was like, fuck this, dude. Like the like 12's gonna come, the cops are gonna come, like I'm going home. Luckily I lived down the street, so I was like, yo, Cody, I gotta go, like handle this full piece. I went home and I had a yellow Labrador Retriever at the time. And I remember just lying on the floor, just like petting him, dude. Like he just felt so good, you know what I mean? And I'm calling Cody. Cody's phone goes to voicemail. Calling Cody. Cody's phone goes to voicemail. I didn't sleep all night. You know, I might have, because those pills weren't very methy. This was like when ecstasy was good, right? And Cody finally answers the phone like 12 hours later, and I'm like, bro, are you okay? He's like, dude, yes, we're fine, but yo, the cops, we heard the sirens coming right after you left, and Paul was still running around, and I was like, I finally screamed at him, and Paul listened. And then Paul's like, or no, Paul heard the sirens of the police coming, and Paul's like, fuck, dude, the cops, like, it dove into a bush, you know? And we used to jump in bushes all the time off roofs. Like, we grew up on Jackass and CKY and shit, Bam Margera and shit. And they hid in a bush for like hours till Cody's mom could pick them up and take them home. So like, I gotta say, like, Paul was never the same after that. Like, really, like, his eyes changed color, like, permanently. He had, like, green eyes, and they went to brown. Like, it fried his brain that night, dude. And that was the first time I did ecstasy, and, like, I've taken easily, like, I've done ecstasy easily over 1,000 times. Like, multiple pills. Like, the most pills I took in a night, ecstasy pills I took in a night, was 36 pills. I remember I counted them because I was at Electric Daisy Carnival in 2006. And it was, I think, Paul Oakenfold, Alice DJ, DJ Z-Trip performed at the LA Coliseum before the cop's daughter died in 2007 and they moved it to Vegas, right? So that Asian plug I had started fronting me boats. A boat is 1,000 ecstasy pills, and I was getting them really fucking cheap, man. I was getting them fronted to me for $1,800 a boat. That's $1.80 a pill. I'd sell the pills for $15-20 at a rave. You do the math, you know what I mean? A bright idea that like me and the homies had when we first started going to raves to trap these, right? Because it was much safer, dude. Like, the police were usually paid off by, like, you know, the Asian, you know, mafia, essentially. Out here it's Asian boys and watching, and or, you know, was then, and it was like we'd go into the porta potty and I'd pull the pills out my pants when someone would ask me. I'd come out, serve them, right? But how we would originally sneak ecstasy pills into a rave, depending on the size of the pills, most of the time they could fit in here, but we would unseal a pack of Parliament lights, and you know, they have the filter, like the, you know, you can fit things in the filter, so we would stuff the filters, 20 pills in a pack, right? And then we'd reseal the packs, and because you couldn't go into a rave with an open pack of cigarettes, they would have to be a brand new sealed box, you know? So we do that, hit the porta potty, take the pills out, put them loosely in our pockets, right, and grind. Then I started getting on guest lists, right, at Electric Daisy Carnival and all the massives. And I'd be able to bring in a boat, like half a boat. You know, I'd just put them in my boxers right there, wear a tight belt, you know what I mean, and get them in. My favorite, if you've seen my recent videos from like last year or 2 years ago, I talk about Moon Tribe. Moon Tribe still goes on. It's like invite only kind of thing, or you have to be like, it's like based on a referral kind of thing. And then they drop the address of where it's gonna be at, like the night of the party, you know? And like watch my video, Moon Tribe, and ketamine. It's pretty funny, dude. I have some stories about Moon Tribe there. I'm gonna make this a series. What y'all think? Drop some comments if you fucks with this. 55 days sober today, man. I think my sobriety date is Cinco de Mayo 2024, May 5th, 2024. So whatever that is, I just know I take a chip on every 5th day of the month. Appreciate the love from you guys, for real. I will have Donnie on. I will have my boy Philip from Soft White Underbelly to tell a story about the gay boy gangsters, and like bro moved out here from Indiana and just got lost in the dark underworld of LA, you know? And he's sober, and I'm so proud of him. Donnie's my boy. Like, used to manage Led Zeppelin and some other bands. Like, he toured with Motley Crue, and Donnie's job when he was touring with Motley Crue was he would have to, his job, he got paid a lot of money for this, man. A lot of money. He would have to pick 20 of the hottest chicks in the crowd and bring them back to the trailer for Tommy Lee and all them, and just feed them cocaine and alcohol. And so yeah, I'm gonna be bringing on some more guests, man. My boy, I'm not gonna say his name, but he's a big homie of mine from San Gabriel Valley. He's been out of prison for a while now. He's got 2 years sober. I will be bringing him on because his story is crazy. And he has a lot more experience incarcerated than I do, for sure. Like, so I'm gonna be bringing some new guests on, man. I really appreciate the love, you guys. We'll leave it at that for now. I'll drop another video tomorrow. Peace.